Despite navigating challenging transitions between owners, Maserati has remarkably preserved and consistently delivered extraordinary vehicles. The latest redesign to their lineup, the new Maserati GranTurismo Trofeo. This model proves their ability to produce exceptional machines that captivate and inspire.
Before we get into the details of this masterpiece over here, we want to thank our good friends at Maserati of Toronto. They're a Maserati and Alfa Romeo dealership located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They're at the heart of Toronto. And they were kind enough to allow me to borrow this for the day, show you what it's all about, and take it for a test drive. If you want to know more about their dealership, or maybe you want to take one of these for a test drive, don't forget, check out the link in the description below. Let us begin with the front end, where this thing, in my opinion, shines the most. We still have that beautiful Maserati crest in the front, which is the signature of the GranTurismo. And of course, the grille continues with the previous design of the GranTurismo. And then the headlights, if you notice by now, they're very similar to the Maserati MC20. I love what they've done with the overall design in the front. And of course, a few extra details. We got these air vents located on top of the actual bumper. But one thing I noticed is the fact that now the bumper is not as extended in the front in comparison to the outgoing model. We also have carbon fiber, of course, with the Trofeo package. Like you can see, the air vents onto the side. You have the brake duct as well on the left, just to cool down those massive brake calipers located in the front. And most importantly, this is equipped with an air ride. It will adjust the height of the vehicle based on the driving mode. And you can also do it automatically with the button located onto the screen. Absolutely love how this thing is designed in the front. Very aggressive, very performance, and very luxurious at the same time. Very few cars can do that, in my opinion. In case if you need to know that this is a Trofeo, well, there is the actual badge located onto the side, and of course it has the little red painted around it that emphasizes what this model, or the trim in this case, the Trofeo, is all about. It's all about performance, all about sport, ride, and so on. And you continue with the air vents located onto the side, very signature to the Maserati. Bottom side, we have more carbon fiber over here. And what's important is the fact that this is equipped with staggered wheels. You got 20-inch in the front, 265/30, and we have 21-inch in the back, 295, because you want to get as much grip as possible. The design into this area over here, the way it's sculpted all the way through, very unique design and very aggressive. Moving on to this side over here. First of all, the first thing you notice is this still has the quad exhaust tips in the back. We have the carbon fiber piece around here for more aggressive look, and of course for the airflow. 21-inch wheels in the back, 295 by 30, very low profile. We have the red calipers, 4 pistons in the back. It also has a second caliper for the handbrake. Then we have the beautiful tail lights at the back, which now are a bit more skinnier. There is a carbon fiber lip at the top. On the right side, it says GranTurismo. And then, of course, in the center, on top of the plate, we have the Maserati letter so that people know this is a Maserati. Of course, it comes with a powered tailgate. You press the button onto the actual key fob and it opens up. It has a very conservative boot, but just enough for a little stuff for your baseball bag or maybe your tennis bag as well, and the little extra equipment. But what I love the most about is what this thing comes with, the little details. Like, for example, we have this GranTurismo bag from Maserati. Look at that, beautiful trident crest in the front. I love it. There's some extra things here for the car. Moving on to the next thing is, of course, the wheel lock in this case. And this has the Maserati badge as well. Little nice touch, a little box here that says Maserati, and then more accessories inside in this little beautiful bag that says Maserati as well. Love the little details. We got the license plate bracket because this right now has the dealer plate. And the next thing is, of course, this water bottle that you see over here with the Maserati logo. And this one, you can probably use it while you're going for your tennis game or maybe for a run, so people know that you own a Maserati. While you're playing tennis, you also get a Maserati hat with a badge right here. So again, you can show off that you own one of these. And then the last thing that I noticed is another little Maserati coffee mug. Here you go, with the trident crest at the top, a Maserati in the front. I love stuff like this because you pay so much money for this thing, and it's nice to get these extra accessories. Jumping onto the inside, of course, this is very familiar. In case if you have watched the Maserati Grecale, it's very similar to that. We have the standard screen in the middle here, touch screen with tons of options, 360 camera. There's a wireless charging pad underneath that massive infotainment display. There's another screen for your climate unit. You can change the layout for the clock in the center. It used to be an analog. Now they've changed it, so you have different modes. You can switch. I keep it into the classic one with the trident, yet it looks very analog at the same time. We have a digital cluster, beautiful. There's different modes you can play around, from Corsa mode. Of course, it's not sport mode. They have to use the Italian version of it. Then we have a heads-up display, beautiful steering wheel. On the left side, we have the start button. On the right side, you got the switches to change the driving modes. And then you have the Maserati crest right in the center. Love the pedal shifters behind it. And you have some buttons located behind the steering wheel for your volume and seeker and so on. There's carbon fiber trim here. The door panels have that. Then you have the Sonos Faber audio system, beautiful audio system with this package in the center. You have 2 cup holders, and you can also remove the center part for this cup holder and use it just for one. And then you have more space in here, a little box covered in carbon fiber. Then there is an armrest onto the side with a USB and a USB-C port. The overall design here is very Italian-like. I love the style of this thing. There's a little Italian flag on the side. There is the letters that says GranTurismo, so that the passenger knows that this is not just a standard Maserati. This is the GranTurismo. And the glove box, of course, it has its own button. You press this button on the screen over here, and it pops out, because why would you want to press a much harder button where you're just a small touch screen option onto the side? The overall design of this vehicle on the interior is very premium, like very luxurious yet sporty. The seats are well carved, well designed, with a beautiful Maserati crest, the trident in the center. Some automakers forget to put the crest in the rear seats, but not with Maserati. They've made sure that all the headrests have it, and this is a 4-seater. You have the center console in the back with 2 cup holders. You got USB port and his USB-C, air vents, and also behind the actual driver's seat and the passenger seat in the front, we have more air vents so that the people in the back feel as comfortable as possible. Now, I'm not going to even bother sitting in the back because I tried it. and it's just not a good thing to watch while I'm struggling to get in. This is more for shorter people, not someone my height. I'm 6'2". It's a bit hard to sit in the back, but there's a bit of a headroom. That's the good news. I love the seats. I love the way they're carved, the way they're sculpted. I just love the way they're designed overall. They're so comfortable. The stitching all around this vehicle is superb in my opinion. I love the design overall. What they've done with this vehicle in comparison to the outgoing model is a total change. And then the doors, of course, have the power button in case if you want to open it. It's not like you have to pull any lever. It's just a soft button and it automatically opens. Okay, let's go for a drive. Let's talk about this. First of all, specs-wise, what do we have? Well, it's very similar to the Grecale, meaning that it uses 3-liter V6 twin turbo. It makes about 542 brake horsepower, 0 to 100 in about 3.5 seconds. It is all-wheel drive, and it uses an 8-speed automatic transmission. You have the air ride. We have Pirelli tires all around, grippy and low profile.
The new Maserati V6 is called the Nettuno, an F1 technology for a road car made in Modena. The new power unit is a V90-degree architecture with a 3-liter 6-cylinder twin turbo, and it features a dry sump, a classic solution on super sports cars. The most important part of this engine is the innovative pre-chamber combustion system, featuring a twin-spark plug system. This technology is derived from Formula One and now is available for the first time on an engine destined for the road. The Nettuno shares its architecture with a Alfa Romeo 690T, but its cast is made by a different supplier and the block has different content inside.
Exhaust sounds, well, it's not a V8, that I can tell you. It's a bit more settled, and all these European laws coming to hand, like it's just not, well, not the most fun in comparison to the V8 that I drove a bit while. And the brakes are great. We got the big piston in the front, 6 in the front, 4 in the back. Love that red color around it, just really emphasizes the sportiness of this vehicle. It's so quiet on the inside in terms of the overall ride, but yet so loud when you need it. You put your foot down and this thing just goes. What a machine. One thing I noticed when I popped the hood is the space between the front bumper and the engine. It seems like they were designing it for a V8. There's also an electric option that you can purchase for the 2024 GranTurismo. In this case, we have the V6, which is still great in my opinion. Of course, the V8 would have been quite nice. Oh, that sound, it's still good. This car has no bad angles. Wherever you look at it, It looks gorgeous. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. In fact, as I was doing the B-rolls, people were staring at this. And you want to have that in a car that you're gonna pay, well, $262,000 for the Trofeo in Canada, which is a lot of money. And I know some of you will say, Sam, I can get an M8 competition. That's true, you can. But it's not going to be at the same level as the Maserati. We're talking about the name, we're talking about the way this thing looks. The BMW M8 will be definitely faster than this, 0 to 60, because I've driven it, the competition. It's bullet fast with that V8. This, in my opinion, has something else. It's the name that comes with it, one. It's the design of this car, two. It's all about the prestige of this vehicle, the brand itself. Like right now, I'm driving and I can tell people are just staring at this bad boy. And you like that, because at the end of the day, you pay that much money for a reason, right? You're going around the corner with this thing, there's no body roll. You put it into comfort mode, the suspension is soft as butter. You can enjoy a drive, you can enjoy a conversation. The interior is fantastic overall, in my opinion. Minus the center area where you press the button for the drive mode is not, well, let's just say, not the most fun one. It's a bit annoying sometimes, especially when you try to go in reverse fast. It delays that speed that you want. Press the drive mode, and it takes a bit of time. I'm not the biggest fan of that, and I complain for the same thing in the Grecale. I hope for the next model they can change it, because just not the biggest fan. But there are a lot of things to love about this car, like the side profile, the way the wave starts, the entire design from the back end going into the middle, the line continues all the way to the front bumper and the fender. That's something else. I'm sitting so low that in some ways it feels like I'm driving a supercar, because you're so low to the ground. Maserati always, in my opinion, made beautiful cars. Whether it was the SUVs or the Quattroporte, which is one of my favorite sedans, the way that thing screams. And even this one continues that. See, you can buy, for the same money, probably the SL63 AMG, which it's convertible as well. You can also buy the BMW M8 competition. You can go as far as getting a used Aston Martin, which it's going to be absolutely insane in terms of the overall, maintenance in comparison to this, which doesn't even get close to that. But there's something special about this car. It's the way this thing looks, the way it handles, the way it drives. It's something different. Stability on this car, it's fantastic. You go around the corner and it doesn't require much input from the driver in many ways. And that's the whole point behind this car, is that it comes with a luxury experience, yet sportiness when it's needed. That's the beautiful thing about this.